in quiet residential neighborhoods. And now the state legislature is getting involved. At least 2 bills are being proposed to regulate Airbnb and other short-term rental brokers in California. And KCAL9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us live in Silver Lake with more on the battle over the emerging sharing economy. Dave.
Well, Sylvia Lena, we're in Silver Lake because this is one of the most lucrative communities in the city when it comes to short-term vacation rentals. In fact, companies like Airbnb are doing very well in cities like Los Angeles and other major cities across the country. But along with that success has come some criticism and problems. Critics charge that the company's been so successful in areas like Venice that it has driven up rents for long-term stable renters. And some folks in neighborhoods like this say the steady stream of visitors and tourists to their neighborhood is changing the character of their community. When Jane Taguchi looks out from the balcony of her home in Silver Lake, where she and her husband have lived for nearly 20 years, she sees a neighborhood that's not as quiet and friendly as it used to be.
It has definitely caused a very unpleasant situation in our neighborhood. I mean, it changes the character of an area.
Taguchi says new owners bought that house across the street 10 months ago and are using it as a short-term vacation rental property listed with Airbnb, the giant of short-term rentals in America. And she says the disruption from the guests included a late-night fraternity party, which angered some of the neighbors to the extent that they contacted the owners of the house.
Like I said, I got up at 2:30 in the morning hearing the noise. And how it was so disruptive that one of the neighbors, later when they found her number, called her and told her, you have got to stop renting out that place. 10 neighbors signed a letter that we sent to the city council and the mayor, telling them about this egregious violation.
Airbnb says the overwhelming majority of their rentals are properties where the owners live in the home or condo and are accountable to their neighbors. The problems and issues of the skyrocketing short-term rental market were the topic of discussion at a state assembly hearing in Sacramento, where the focus was on tax issues and quality of life impacts on quiet neighborhoods like parking concerns. And
noises is the party house problem, loss of privacy, particularly on small lots, loss of housing, an issue that members of your committees have spoken to more articulately than I can, and then impact on neighborhood character. Another concern from the health and safety perspective that's unique to local governments is that if we get a call for service into our police department or our fire department, we need a responsible business owner to talk to. And if you're living in Hawaii and letting a unit in town that you inherited from your mom and don't want to live in, you're not real helpful to us at 2:30 in the morning when we've got a problem property.
Airbnb says a survey of their rental owners indicates that more than 70% of them use the additional revenue from renting out their homes to make their own mortgage payments, allowing them to stay in the home. And the company says more than 30% of the short-term rentals are in low and middle-income neighborhoods, allowing the owners to make ends meet. Now, 2 state senators are proposing regulations they say will clean up some of the problems. The home-sharing bills would require that companies like Airbnb must report all homeowner revenue from short-term rentals to all counties and cities. Another would require that companies like Airbnb must notify property owners that their occupants are renting rooms to short-term guests. The author of that last bill is Compton State Senator Isidore Hall.
Sometimes that's all you can do to get along in this society where it's hard to find employment. But again, it's very important that we protect the community, we protect the homeowner, we protect the tenant leasing the property.
Now, the Airbnb folks told me tonight that they have already reached agreement on passing along the hotel occupancy taxes from their renters to the cities of San Francisco and San Jose, and are already negotiating with cities like Los Angeles. And they say they're working on the other problems as well. We're live in Silver Lake. Dave Bryan, KCAL9 News.
All right, Dave, thank you. ISIS is